Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, January 10th. Hoping that your new year is going or getting off to a good start and that you're sticking with your goals so far. We're 10 days in, so it's a good time to self-reflect and see, if you've stuck with them so far. So since I'm live in my group, most of you know me, but for those of you new people, I just want to take a chance to introduce myself. I am Katie Collins, and I teach coaches, wellness practitioners, and online experts how to grow your business from a place that feels really aligned and how to make that consistent income so that you're not always worried about bills or how to pay for vacation and whatnot. So I absolutely am excited about today's topic because it's just been something I've been noticing about myself over the last couple of years. Just about like accountability, productivity, and how to make it all work for me. And so that's what today's topic is. So excuse me while I look over at my notes real quick. The first thing I wanted to talk about was, so we're going to go over three things today. How to be more productive in your business. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for being here. How to be more productive in your business. And the second thing is how accountability will get you the results that you're looking for. And then the third thing is what to do when you're in a funk and you feel stuck. So I felt like those were three things that were highly likely to be problems of most female entrepreneurs, not just female, but just simply because I work with females. But this is stuff that just comes up whether you've been in business for 5 minutes or 5 years. This is still stuff that comes up. So here are some ways that I am more productive in my business. I started doing time blocking, and I did that for like days of the week in addition to hours in the day. So I only coach 3 days a week, and I have 2 days a week that I know are days that I can either go out and about if I need to, actually leave the house, take off my slippers, but also the days that I can work on content or I can do my email marketing or whatever is needing, refreshed or worked on, any projects that I'm doing. I know that I have 2 days a week that are going to be somewhat uninterrupted time. So I time block my days of week. And then in the hours of the day, I'm also setting timers, and I had heard 90 minutes was the top, the key thing, but 90 minutes wasn't working for me, so I took Brendon Burchard's advice with the 50 minutes and then with a break. Every 50 minutes I'm taking a break, and I recommend that you give it a try. It doesn't have to be a 10-minute break every time to round it out to the hour. It could literally be 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or it could be 10. So I would just say, you decide. So sometimes I will take a 10-minute, and I know that I can walk my block in about 10 minutes. So that's my 10-minute break, or if I'm just taking, a real quick one, I'm going to go make a cup of tea. I might even do a stretch or two or lay on my yoga bolster. Anything to break wherever your brain has been. So you're just giving it a break and refreshing and renewing yourself. So the other thing is when I'm working, this is awesome, you guys. And I pictured myself showing you on Facebook Live, but this is my phone and what I have is on my computer, and I'm just not that savvy yet. But I'm going to put these links in the comments. How about that? When we're done, I'll put the links in the comments. I have found this like alpha wave brain study music. And so there's just a whole playlist lined up for you. So if you listen to one, it will just continue on to the next one and next one. I swear to God, like I'll know that this certain playlist is 2 hours. And when it's done, I look up and I'm like, no way, where did the 2 hours go? It's just really nice in terms of being able to concentrate and get into what I'm doing. So I've been digging that. So I have 2 links. One is called 3-Hour Study Focus Music, Alpha Waves, Brain Music, Concentration Music, Calming Music. And then the other one was Wipe Out Subconscious Negativity, Remove Mental Blockages, and Dissolve Negative Patterns. So that's like the beats that are happening, and that's what's supposed to be happening. So anyway, I loved that. All right, and then so time blocking music, the third thing I like to do to be more productive in my business is use my high performance planner, which I wasn't planning on showing you, but I can. So it's embossed in here, so you can't see it, but it's a Brendon Burchard planner. And I'll just kind of give you an idea I'll show you kind of a blank day. So first of all, you get to write the date. So it's not a planner that's going to run out if you don't use it every day. You start off with morning mindset questions, kind of gets you ready for the day. The middle of the planner is your schedule, hourly schedule. Then you've got your evening questions and then how to rate yourself. And then at the top here, we've got the top 3 goals and priorities. And then we've got tasks that absolutely must be done today. So that's kind of the gist of how you fill out your daily planner. What I love about this is the morning mindset just gets me right into what I need to be doing. And then I love knowing that there are things I'm working towards and there are things that absolutely have to get done. And I'm not leaving. I don't know if that just interrupted. I just got a call, which is annoying, and I'll have to remember to turn my phone on airport mode next time I do this. So anyway, knowing exactly what I need to get done, I'm not leaving this chair till it's done. So I've been really committed to doing what I promised myself I'm going to do. And then knowing the 3 big projects that I'm working on and what are the mini steps I have to do for those. So this is where I was getting hung up. I knew my big projects, but I think I just got so overwhelmed by all the things I needed to do that I would stop what I was doing to go do the other thing that I needed to get done related to the project, right? And what I realized was my productivity was getting stopped short for that. So now I'm learning, if you're writing an email, write the email, and whatever you think you need to insert in that email, just highlight it and come back to it when you're doing something like that, right? Sometimes I have 15 minutes where I can do, a quick link grab or something, but I don't need to interrupt my flow of writing to go grab the link. You know what I mean? So I love this planner because I'm able to just have a place to write down all those micro tasks that I have to do related to the big thing that I'm doing. And it kind of fills up my day of, when I'm trying to get things done. So high performance planner, Brendon Burchard, it was under $20 and I'm super psyched with it so far. I'll say one more thing at the end of the day. It's an evening, fill out how your day went, and rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 5, how productive were you, and did you work on the things that you said you were going to work on? And I realized one day I didn't. I got so distracted, my email wasn't working, and I just spent literally all afternoon sorting the email that had not been working for at least 10 months. I decided on that day that I needed to figure it out. And so, of course, email is super important, and I definitely don't want to be missing emails. So it was a very important thing, but did it have to be done in that exact moment? Probably not. So I didn't get done what I wanted to get done that day because I got sidetracked. So by filling out the evening session, I was able to see that I let that get away from me and how to prevent that for next time. All right, so moving me into the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is how accountability does actually get your results. And this is just a perfect example. When you write down exactly what you're trying to accomplish, you can simply check it off or not check it off, right? Did you do it or not? And when you notice that if you move something from your to-do list, from Monday, I didn't get that done, I'm going to move it to Tuesday. Didn't get it done again, going to move it to Wednesday. And by Friday, it may even fall off your to-do list because you're I'm so sick of looking at that, and you've moved on to the next thing. So really being accountable to what you said you're going to do, whether it's accountability to yourself or, to a coach is even better. Having a planner, writing things down, getting really clear what you want to accomplish each day, and then setting an evening time to check in, did I get that done? How well did I stay on track? It's so you've got to set your goals and you've got to track them. And the only way you're going to accomplish your goals is by tracking and being accountable to what you say you're going to do. So I wrote an email, the other day about, the difference between self-care and like getting shit done, you know? And, I'm in a lot of groups where self-care is talked about all the time and people are really celebrated for doing self-care. And I definitely agree that self-care is a necessity. And there were times in my life where I ignored self-care and my body showed up in pain and, showed me the way. So I believe in self-care, but I also believe that self-care includes sticking to what you committed to. And so for me, if I know that I have an off day, if I'm not feeling well, I do go lay down. That's why I work from home, because I wanted that freedom and I love that freedom. And I know that means I may have to work that evening and I may have to give up something so that I can get this thing done, because equally as important to me to taking care of myself is taking care of my business, which is my livelihood. And I want to make sure that I'm being the absolute best employee for me so that I can attract other people like that too, right? So I caught myself last week figuring out that if I had a deadline set by the company I used to contract for, I would have made sure that work got completed because they were expecting that of me. And instead, I was allowing myself to, miss my deadline. And so I really had to have a heart-to-heart with myself. So, anyway, those are just some thoughts on why and how accountability is going to keep you on track. I'll show you one other tool I have. Whoops, this isn't it. This is it. Okay, so I have this tracking sheet, this client tracker. And so I'm tracking how many connections I'm making per month, and then how many of those are going to lead into consultations and how many of those would lead into clients. So I can just see throughout my month the goals I've set for number of connection calls. It's just right in front of my face. Every day I get to just look, where am I in that? So tracking is very confrontational because you get to see if you have slacked off or you haven't gotten the result you wanted. And at the same time, if you didn't see it, if it wasn't in your face, you may just kind of let the month go. Oh, well, I'll try again next month. And 12 months later, you're in the same place. So if this is the year for you to bust out of, where you've been in your business, then I really want you to take some of these ways of tracking and accountability to heart. Mandy, thanks for being here. Awesome. Okay, the third thing I wanted to chat about was what to do when you are in a funk or you're feeling stuck. So I have definitely, gone through waves of like, yay, I love my business to, to whatever is going on for me. And sometimes it's just not feeling well, and sometimes it's business related, or I got frustrated by something. So we all know that the entrepreneur journey is going to be like that, right? So we have to know how to work with that. And, of course, self-care, that's when that comes in, and going to exercise, taking a break, knowing that, if you're hitting a wall, you're trying to write an email and you're just hitting a wall, like get up and get out of the environment and literally just reset. And then you can sit back down and probably do it. But another thing I do, besides take luxurious bubble baths, which I love, not really bubble, but bath bombs. So when I'm taking a break, that's what I love to do. But I love reading when I'm not feeling good. So I brought my 3 favorite books that I just thought were so inspiring for, I don't know if they're all for women, but I'm generally attracted to stuff for women. So one of them is the whole You Are a Badass series. I loved her first one. That was yellow. I think it was just You Are a Badass at Life or something. But anyway, that was on my Kindle. So You Are a Badass at Making Money, though. If you're not like killing it in sales, if you've had a couple of no's in a row and it feels like you're in a funk, read a book about sales. And this isn't about sales as much as just your mindset around money. But yes, this is definitely an awesome book. So Jen Sincero. Okay, Inspired and Unstoppable. This one, Wildly Succeeding in Your Life's Work, and her name is Tama Keeves. I actually got to meet her one time. She's so awesome. So this was one of, I don't know, like I stop reading books quite frequently, and I don't finish them. This was one of the books that I read the whole thing. I just loved it. I found her to be very inspirational. And kind of letting us know where our thoughts are kind of getting in our way, and how to stay inspired and unstoppable in spite of everything that's going on. So really good book. Okay, and then the third one is Playing Big by Tara Moore. She is awesome, and she talks a lot about, this is specifically for women, practical wisdom for women who want to speak up, create, and lead. Like, really good subtitle. And she just talks about, you know, the inner critic, the voice of like the inner wisdom, historically, you know, how women were treated and expected to act in school and at the workplace, and how that gets in the way of being an entrepreneur, and like, you know, ta-da, look at me, right? It can be really hard to do that for some women. So this book really helps me, or helps people overcome that sense of, you know, permission to promote yourself. So I loved this one as well. So that's what I do when I'm in a funk, is instead of getting to work, you know, right to work in the morning, trying to like bust through a task that's bothering me that I can't seem to get done, I just walk away from the computer and sit with my morning coffee and read for like an hour. And I find that it just juices me right back up again. It like recharges me, it gets me inspired, gives me ideas. I end up writing down. Then I can write whatever, you know, I couldn't write before. So, all right, there you have it. How you can be more productive in your business. Just a quick recap. Doing time blocking, 50 minutes, and then take a quick break. Listening to specific music that helps you concentrate. And using a planner of some sort. Mine was the High Performance Planner. And then how accountability is going to get you results. We talked about tracking, like setting goals and then figuring out how you're going to get there, and tracking the effort that you're making to make sure that you're on track. And then what to do when you're in a funk and feeling stuck. And we talked about, you know, bath bomb baths and books, and just really taking a break from whatever you're doing, and just recharge. Like if you're feeling that stuck, then it's time to just do something drastically different. And maybe take a day off and go hike or something like that. So don't succumb to the stuckness for more than a couple of days, because it just takes you nowhere but a downward spiral. And the further down you go, the harder it is to pull yourself back up again. So be proactive when you don't feel well, just like when you don't feel well with a cold and you get proactive. I pointed to myself because I've been downing herbs for the last 4 days because I could feel a cold coming on, and I'm beating it. Yes. But just like we take care of ourselves physically, it's the same thing mentally. So just catch yourself before it just gets, you know, into a really bad downward spiral. So totally normal to be in a funk, not normal to keep going into the downward spiral. All right. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you got some good value from this. Leave me a note in the comment section. Let me know what you got. And I'm going to put those 2 links in there right now to those brainwave music. All right, cool. Thanks, ladies. Have a good day.